Hey guys, so let's talk about the Quantum Queen Expert Advisor, which is currently available on the MQL5 market. I'm going to be attaching this link in the description below for those of you who would like to purchase this expert advisor. But in this video, we're going to be exploring the Quantum Queen Expert Advisor. Is it something that you should purchase? Is it actually worth $1,300? We're going to be looking at the strategy, the pros and the cons, and everything you should know about this expert advisor. And by the way, guys, my name is Tony from Trading Canal. If you're looking to get started with algo trading, let's say you want to trade on a prop firm or you want to trade your own personal accounts, click on the link in the description and contact me directly in order to get started with your algo trading journey. So we are currently on the Quantum Queen MT5 page. This is actually one of the most sold expert advisors on the MQL5 market right now. You can see it has about 81 purchases per month. It has about 412 reviews and 477 comments. So a lot of people are actually interested in this expert advisor. It was published in 2024 June. This is the current version 2.9, and over 32,000 people have actually downloaded the demo version of this expert advisor. It's actually a great expert advisor that trades on gold, and the developer Bogdan actually has a signal here. The signal is about 948%, but I'm not going to look at this too much. We're just going to head over to our MT5 here. I've actually backtested the expert advisor, and we've taken a look at the inputs of the expert advisor, and let's talk about that. The expert advisor has very few inputs. So start EA off, symbol of gold on your broker. So if you're installing this on your broker, make sure to add the symbol for gold here. We have several methods of calculation for the lot size. So is this automated, fixed per balance, minimum volume per balance? So you can set it here. In our back test, we use fixed. You can also set your risk level, and for fixed we set the fixed lot size to 0.1. But in case you're using a different calculation, you can modify the values here for the specific calculations you would want to modify for. We also have the magic number here, so you can change the magic number if you're trading this on any account. Okay, we also have an option to show panel, and the rest of these are just the configurations for the panel. So very easy installation, and this is what the backtest result looks like for this expert advisor. So let's just head over to talk about some of the pros of this expert advisor. And one of the first things I'll say is the easy installation. The expert advisor is very simple and easy to install. All you have to do is to download the expert advisor, drag it to your Google chart, and that's it. You just need to configure your lot size and probably your magic number, and the expert advisor is going to start trading for you. And although this expert advisor does not work on open prices on backtest, I think I can actually understand that because it actually works on multiple time frames. So it's not going to be possible for it to run on open prices, but it is still very fast on backtest, which makes it easy for us strategy developers to actually look at this results very easily. Okay, now another thing I like about this strategy, which is another pro of course, is that the strategy is as described by the developer, right? So it says it's a grid expert advisor, and we can see from the backtest here that the strategy type is actually grid trading, right? So the strategy is as described by the expert advisor. Now let's look at some cons of this expert advisor, and we are going to start obviously with the fact that it is actually a grid expert advisor. Now I have no issues with grid expert advisors. In fact, I'm a fan of grid expert advisors and martingale expert advisors. I've been using these expert advisors since 2020, so I'm a huge fan of them. And if you perform a very simple research, you're going to realize that a lot of people who blow their accounts trading with grid or martingale expert advisors are people who either try to 2x or 10x their accounts in a very short period of time, or trade on the wrong symbols or on the wrong time frames, right? So martingale and grid systems work like insurance, right? You can't go and offer insurance, life insurance, to a country that is currently fighting a war. You're going to lose money. So the same thing applies to martingale or grid systems. You have to trade them on the right symbol, on the right time frame, and using the correct, or in this case the calculated leverage. Okay, so now when it comes to this expert advisor is trading on XAU USD. Now XAU USD is an exception because of the way it moves. If you look at the overall price information of XAU USD, it has a very high kurtosis. Now this means that when gold moves, it moves upwards very slowly and continuously. But when it moves downwards very sharply. So if I was to trade a grid strategy on gold, I would only favor grid strategies that opens buy positions only on gold. Because if you should open a sell position, you're looking at a scenario that would happen. A scenario where you have a sell position on gold and the price moves slowly away from you, okay, and probably never comes back, and then you get into problems. I've even seen a lot of scenarios this year where students under me or clients under me that have strategies that were shorting gold, greed, or martingale ended up blowing the account. In fact, 99% of the cases that I've seen this year in terms of gold, people blowing the accounts on gold were as a result of sell positions. Okay, and unfortunately this expert advisor actually opens sell positions on gold. Okay, so I'm not a fan of that at all. If I was to trade with this expert advisor, I would make sure to disable sell positions on gold. Okay, so the second thing we can see here, which is actually a con, is the fact that this expert advisor is not suitable for prop firms. Okay, so as you know, a lot of prop firms have rules about the drawdowns, the amount of positions you could open per day or per trade idea, and stuffs like that, right? And even with regards to just the daily drawdown, you can see these huge drawdowns we have here. So these are positions whereby the price doesn't go in our direction initially, but then reverses back to hit our TP, or we get out in profit. But in these situations whereby we are in a drawdown here, this could easily breach our daily drawdown scenarios. Okay, and we could even have a situation whereby we have a much larger drawdown. So it's going to be almost impossible for you to anticipate what value is this in order for you to optimize your constant lot size for trading on a prop firm. Now, although it's actually possible to use a martingale or a grid system to pass a prop firm account, especially if you're trading only buy positions on gold, it's possible, although I wouldn't advise that. But in this case, for this expert advisor, it is not suitable. Okay, and for the third case scenario, which is another con about this expert advisor, is that grid systems are not always what they seem to be. Okay, so the moment a grid technology or a martingale technology is applied to a strategy, whatever strategy that is, it doesn't matter how good that strategy is, it no longer becomes the primary consideration. Because even though that strategy can have a 90% win rate or a 95% win rate, which is almost impossible, the 5% of the time when the price goes in the wrong direction, if the overall price structure does not favor your martingale or your grid technology, you will end up blowing your account. And I've seen this case a lot of the time. No matter how good the strategy is, whatever they say, what really matters is the overall price structure and how your martingale or your grid technology applies to it. Which is one of the reasons why I said I wouldn't likely trade martingale or grid technologies on gold. Right, the moment I see martingale or grid technology apply to pairs like AUD/CAD, NZD/CAD, I'm fine with it, because I know that as long as you don't over leverage, wherever these symbols go, they will always reverse. Maybe not reverse back to the entry point, but at least enough for you to close in the profits if you're having a grid or a martingale technology applied there. But when it comes to USD pairs or gold in this case, and especially when you're shorting gold, it doesn't really work. Okay, so no matter how good that chart is or that equity curve is here, eventually you're going to get a scenario whereby you have a huge drawdown or maybe even blow your account if the martingale technology is not applied correctly. And I've seen this in a lot of cases. That's why you see martingale systems come and go on the MQL5 market. You see them come and go, right? Because they are not applied correctly. Some of the times they are over leveraged, some of the times they are traded on the wrong symbols. And that's one of the reasons why you're probably going to see Waka Waka around or expert advisors like that for a very long time. Is because of the fact that the martingale technology has been applied correctly. And whether you like it or not, even if you get into a very huge drawdown, you can just double up on your positions and continue trading. The premiums that you're getting is more like the insurance that I just explained earlier, and is what actually matters. Now, I could be wrong on this, right? This is my experience. I've been trading using expert advisors for a very long time, and I have a lot and lots of experience in this field, but still I could be wrong. So if you're watching this video, make sure to take all of these things that I've said seriously and into consideration if you're looking to purchase this expert advisor. So what do you think, considering the pros and cons I just talked about right now? Do you think that this expert advisor is actually worth 1,299 USD or not? And would you purchase this expert advisor? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.